here my pen cushion. A lot of my pens are missing, and they are missing because the dress that I posted about a few months ago that I was going to start making, I never finished it, and just about all my pens are in that dress. And I can't quite remember where the dress is. So I like to use the pens that have the bubbles at the end, and I have most of those in my dress. So I just have these little flat top stick push pins. I don't really care for those, but that's what I have right now, and it's gonna help maintain my sanity at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and use them. So you guys can see what I'm doing like this. Not much light. It's starting to get dark. Open the window. I guess I will need the light so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to fold this over. Fold this over. I really messed myself up. That's what I get. My mind is just somewhere else, is all I can say. It wasn't where it needs to be. Okay. I have my pens. You guys can't see what I'm doing right now, but try to let you in. Hopefully I have enough pens to do all of this. When I get ready to start doing the hats and scarves, I have decided that, well, my church, they're doing a coat drive for winter coats and blankets, and for the Norcross community. And I decided that, well, depending on how much is, I mean, I'm not making that much, but depending on how much is collected, I'm going to create a couple of hats and scarves. Instead of buying it, make it. I have some material here. I can go ahead and make a couple of items to donate. But the bigger idea that I had, which has been, I used to live in Virginia Highlands, and any of you in the metro area that's familiar with Virginia Highlands and Ponce de Leon Ponce de Leon Avenue, is that there is, well, one, there's a big church that sits next door to the library that houses, it's also, it's a church, but it also has a men's shelter in it. And I used to live around the corner from the library, and so we would always see the men out in the morning. And when we would go in the library, that was in the wintertime especially, that was like their hangout spot, because they would leave in the morning. They had to leave in the morning from the shelter, and many of them did not work, and so they would hang out in the library. And one day, I was in the library, and this gentleman just started a conversation with me, like either a weekend or maybe like a afternoon in the evening. Afternoon on a weekday. And after having a conversation with this guy, for all intents and purposes, he just looked like a regular person. Not saying that homeless people. Well, in our minds, we tend to think that all homeless people look a certain way, and I can tell you that that's not true. But this gentleman was just having a casual conversation. I'm sitting there doing research. At that time, I was researching recipes for soaps and things like that. So all of you who knew me back then, who received samples of soaps and things that I was making, I was putting in some research time. And so talking to this gentleman, very, very smart graduate from Howard University, political science major, pre-law, well-dressed, well-spoken, just so happened to be homeless and a vet of the military, and had some mental issues that were not being treated with proper medical care. Part of it's on him, just from talking to him, but and it made me start to think about our veterans and what's being done for them when they come back. If they have been discharged in such a way that they don't qualify for benefits, medical benefits from the government, and they sometimes are in a state where they're unemployable, they are out there in the street homeless. You have quite a few of them out. Look around Atlanta, the metro area, downtown especially, a lot of homeless people. So back then I wanted to start doing something that would benefit homeless vets. Haven't quite totally figured out what I can actually do. And so this season I figured I could start off where I can, and that is, providing, some type of warm clothing. So I wanted to make my little hats and scarves, maybe even a pillow, to give to them as not just homeless vets, because in that particular area, not all of them are vets, but I have a soft spot in my heart for veterans. Anyways, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to try to do as many of my little hats as possible with what I have. I don't have a lot of material, but I have enough to probably do maybe 10 hats and scarves, and I can start the pillows. I won't be able to finish them because I don't have enough polyfill to fill the pillows with. So, if any of you out there feel like you want to help me help those that are homeless in our community, please do so. I know of someone who personally is doing another project to help supply homeless shelters homeless family shelters for families with clothing. Once I get all the details on that, I will share that with you all as well, so you can help with providing donations to them to help homeless families. And I think that's it. So you can finally see how much neater this is. I have all my pins in place. My mind is at ease right now. I don't know if I have like OCD or, slight OCD or something. I just could not, my mind could not wrap around trying to sew that stitch with the opening being open like that. So once I start stitching, I'll be pulling the needles out, as the pins out. And that's why I will say, if you can, make sure you use your pins. You push pins, stick pins, whatever you want to call them. Just make sure you use them, because it'll help you make a cleaner, neater, final finished product. And 9 times out of 10, you won't have to go back and do any type of repair work, like what I had to do with that pillow on the edge earlier. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video, and then I'm going to start it up again as I start stitching.